Hey guys, Adrienne here with Optimize Joy. And tonight I would like to talk about vulnerability. How to recognize vulnerability. So, let's get into it. Vulnerability is considered on a mass level pretty much the best way to actually be authentic in life, right? Which is really to be real, to really come from the deepest part of self and share it out. And I think a lot of times we kind of get caught up in vulnerability and really knowing when and where it hits for us in life. A lot of times we consider vulnerability to actually be more of like the ability to say, I'm mad at you, or I'm angry at you, I'm annoyed at you, right? It's kind of like coming from these I statements of, I feel shitty and it's your fault. It's not even your fault, it's just that that's the way that I am at you. And there is a level of authenticity in there, right? Because it's better to actually be able to say I'm mad at you than to pretend like maybe you're not. At least then it shows that you can stand and deal with your emotions of anger, and it lets the other person know that they're safe with you standing there because you're willing to admit that that's what's going on for you over there in that world. But really, when we get down to being vulnerable, to really coming from a deeper part of self, that can feel so difficult. I mean, when you're feeling vulnerable, it's like you're on the edge of wanting to cry, wanting to run, feeling a knotted sickness in your stomach, a huge lump in your throat, like almost like you're going to talk with like a frog voice, or you have that big air bubble on your throat, or the ability for it to just, that choked up feeling that I can't even explain it. Like it's that hard core in the back of your throat where you don't want to necessarily let out what you're really, really going through. And the thing about vulnerability and being able to get past that is the feeling of feeling safe with yourself. We a lot of times think that it requires a safety from others. And I understand that there's that to a certain extent, really, or it feels that way, right? Like we don't want to be vulnerable with them because what if they laugh at us? But really, it has more to do with the safety of self. Because when you feel safe within yourself, safe with your feelings, safe with being able to speak even during the chokehold, when you can feel safe in that, then it really doesn't matter much if someone else laughs at you, because you know that you're safe with you. And, that is overcoming that, being able to stand in our skin and to feel our own vulnerability and then speak it and share it. Because that's really where the connection of with other people are. That's really where we start connecting with the other people. That's really where they start to see us for who we are, where we start to see us for who we are, where we can feel the way that we are inside and feel safe sharing it. That is when growth happens. That's when healing really happens. When you're able to say, hey, look, I'm really feeling this way. I'm feeling like I'm building walls. I'm feeling like I'm scared. I'm feeling worried for silly reasons. When we can get to that kind of level of authentic authenticity and an honest self, then that's when we start to feel safe in our own skin. And when we can feel safe in our own skin, we actually start to feel safe with others, even if they're not necessarily safe. That's the funny part about how vulnerability works and how it's actually such a blessing in our lives. So I just wanted to get on and share that and let you know that if you're having a hard time with vulnerability, or if you're feeling like there's so much that you want to say, but you're not really sure how to say it, or if you haven't even gone through your feelings or your past or your triggers enough to even know where all of this is coming from, and you'd like to know more, then reach out. You don't have to get stuck with that lump on a daily basis. You don't have to have that tight angst in your gut, where it feels heavy and sick and nauseous. And you don't have to feel hard in the heart. And you don't have to feel angry at life. You can feel powerful in vulnerability. You can feel real and honest and whole and strong in self. Anyway, all right. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.